Are your headlights a bit of a mess? In this video, I would like to show you how to effectively remove chips, nasty scratches and road scars from your headlights on Audi A5 B8. Basically, how to go from this to this. You'll need spray bottle with soapy water, 3-inch backing pad, microfiber cloth, sandpaper of various grades. I started from 320, then moved on to 400, 600, 1000, all the way up to 3000 grit. You'll need fine grade polishing sponge and you'll need fine grade polishing compound. I've used Turtleax scratch remover, which is for paint work but works great on my headlights too. You also need cordless drill with plenty of charge. So let's open the bonnet and take a look. You can use masking tape around the headlights to protect the paintwork. Just make sure you use multiple layers as you will sand through, especially when it gets wet. However, the easiest way to work on these lights is to take them out. It's fairly easy to do. Make a start by removing this plastic cover. Using T30 Torx bit. There is only 4 screws holding this cover and then it slides off. This will give us better access to the headlights. Next we have 3 screws holding the actual headlight. You might want to use an extension for the last screw. No need to remove it completely as the fixing bracket is slotted and the light will just slide out. Now we can disconnect the plug by pressing on a little tap on the side. Using 2 flat screwdrivers at the same time should make it easier. So now the light can be removed. Push it out from the inside and pull it sideways. Set the light on a firm surface, making sure it doesn't wobble. Wash it thoroughly using soapy water, making sure there is no dirt, dust or any other debris that can possibly damage your light when you start sanding. Mount your pad in a choke and lock it firmly. Put on your 320 grit sanding pad and you're ready to go. To avoid any burns into the light, always ensure both working surfaces, the disc and the light are always wet. Also make sure the pad sits on the light flat. Avoid any wobble. Start working by making a continuous pass from one end to the other, then move down a bit and return back to the start, and so on. You are trying to sand the surface as even as possible. Work slowly but don't stay on one spot for too long. You might be wondering that 320 grit is a bit too harsh, but trust me, I've started with 600 grit at first and it did not even touch the hard lacquer that Audi's put on. Even with 320 on, it might take a while, but once you through the lacquer, it will become easier. The disc will start filling soon, so just clean it out as you keep wetting it. Also keep your workpiece clean at all times. After just few minutes of sanding, it can be noted that the disc is doing its job, but we need the surface to be sanded all the way across. Your light will actually look worse before it starts to look any better. So this is how it looks like after about 20 minutes of sanding. Swirl marks can be seen and are perfectly normal at this stage. As long as there is no burns, you are doing great. You can even it all out by hand sanding, which works fairly quickly to my surprise. Once you manage to go through the lacquer, you need to crack on until no chip marks can be seen. I still have a few, so I need to keep on sanding. The surface needs to be flat and I need to go as deep as my deepest chip mark. There is no more chips in my headlight, so I can now move on to 400 grit. This is after just few minutes of sanding, and you'll notice it's still a bit frosty, but it will all go gradually away with the next steps. Let's move on to 600 grit then. Oh look, after just few passes I can see through the lens again, but I need to keep on going as there needs to be less swirl marks at this stage. Once I'm happy, I'm switching to 1000 grit. You'll notice each stage takes less and less time to do, as you don't have to remove as much material. And this is where it takes me after just few minutes of sanding. Less and less swirl marks should be seen. I think I'm ready for 1500 grit now. It starts to look pretty good while wet. Still a bit hazy, but all swirl marks are now gone. Let's put on grit 2000 and do a few passes. It might not look much of a difference, but the surface is definitely smoother, and Grid 3000 will tidy this up even further. Getting there slowly for sure. Now the light has no more chips or scratches, but it still looks a bit misty. This will be taken care of by the polishing stage. 3 little drops of cutting compound will do the magic. Spread the compound onto the surface evenly and set the drill speed to low to avoid that splatter everywhere when you start it. And now I can switch the drill to a higher speed. Clean the compound off with a microfiber cloth. And I've applied some hard wax for time of being, as I'm still waiting for a clear protective film, which I'll shrink on later. This will give me an advantage. When it gets damaged on the road again, I just peel it off and apply a new film. But you can spray the light with some UV resistant lacquer if you wanted to. I just don't want to be sanding it off again when it gets chipped. Now I can fit the light back on a car. The 2 tabs on the bottom of a light need to slide into these 2 slots. The rest is the reverse of the removal. Now I need to do the other light, wash the car and make it presentable again. If you found this video helpful, please like, share or subscribe.